here we go. We're back again.
That was really quick.
Yeah, it was only a 2-minute break, so it's like a minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's enough to like look at the bathroom with a fond glance and really wish you could make it all the way over there, but you can't because we got to have more StarCraft here tonight. We just got a chance to see Hush in his first series of SSL series look pretty good. He wound up taking the 2-1 victory, and now we get a chance to watch a guy that we watched first last week. It's Bunny. Now last week you got a chance to play against a Protoss player named SOS. I feel like that's the signal he makes when he just needs a build order for the games he played. He was like, no, emergency, I gotta figure out something to do. And he tried that double proxy robo need build. I think, what did Scarlet call it? It was like the Xanster build or something? Because he keeps trying to convince Protosses to do it. I don't know. Well, either way, he's going to be facing off against Patience here. And Patience was a player that we also sort of mentioned his struggles in Premier. He was demoted from Premier here to Challenge, but I think he had a very strong statement to make, and make it he did. He managed to take out Sue 2-1 last week, and now he's coming in with a 1-2 match or 2-1 match score.
Yeah. StarCraft doesn't work out for him. He can pick up juggling, perhaps. Was doing pretty well with that hot.
He was juggling one thing, Valdez.
Oh, it looked pretty solid, though. Very smooth. Either way, guys, the maps, Ascension to Ire, Odyssey, and Abyssal Reef.
What did I tell you? This is going to be our map pool more times than not. It just seems to be the most common 3 maps that players like playing on. And going to be starting things out with Ascension to Ire. So, very common way to open. I've seen a lot of players just open with Ascension, and then it goes into most likely Odyssey, but sometimes you're fixing it up a little bit there. Either way, you guys should definitely uncheck these games when you go to play ladder, because you're going to be seeing a lot of pro games being played on those 2 maps. So, lots of practice, lots of builds to steal, and then you will work on those maps.
Yeah, and this is the matchup that I was really looking forward to because, I mean, these aren't the biggest named players that we do have in this tournament, but I think it's going to be the closest game. So I think it's going to be a pretty fun PvT. We haven't had one of those just yet. Rapid's like, God, all right. No PvT.
Yeah, I was trying to check and see if we had any feedback just yet. Feedback comments on our reading devices. We have a tablet up here, a couple of phones. Actually, only one phone today.
It's a lot of technology.
Now we have 0 phones and only 1 tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys have comments or thoughts about that game, you can, of course, put them in chat. Otherwise, you can send them to us on Twitter, @RapidCasting and @BrendanValdez, and we will make sure to check those comments out. Have you ever checked and seen how many people tweet @BrandonValdez with a Z on the end?
No, actually.
You should probably do that. There's probably quite a few.
Yeah, there might be a guy out there.
If there's like hundreds of thousands of people tweeting at Brendan Valdez, and you don't even own that Twitter account.
Yeah, there's probably just like one guy with that name, and he's just like some random like freelance like finance guy or something. He's like, what is StarCraft? What are these guys talking about?
Why does everybody tweet at me? Am I famous? No, he's just like some like gray egg guy that only like reposts things from Facebook or something.
He's got like 6 followers, but he's following like 700 people, you know.
That was my life for a while.
Well, you got to start somewhere, you know.
Indeed, you do.
So does Brandon Valdez on.
Well, that guy probably also exists out there
on Twitter. Yeah.
He's some like.
I think I'm actually going to check that out. See if
check.
With the Z, my arch nemesis, Brendan Valdez with a Z, is actually out there stealing my my fans. Could be.
He's in your Twitter stealing your fans. All right, here we go. It's a brand new series, guys. Our 3rd of the night. It's Bunny taking on Patience. So, you know, Bunny, a player that also really struggled last season in Challenge. Patience, a guy that struggled in Premier. And here they meet once again.
Going head-to-head, both these guys did win their series. We'll have to have one winner tonight who will be ending tonight with a 2-0 score. An SSL Challenge. Fly better fly. Here we go. Up to the top left, the blue Terran. It's Bunny.
There he is. Didn't bring his ears, but if you look at the Jin Air logo behind him, they kind of look that way. Yellow Protoss player in the yellow Dead Pixels jersey is Patience.
Looks a little bit sick. He's coughing a lot.
Yeah. Maybe
he's got a hot pack in summer. Oh, to be fair, it is pretty cold here in the studio.
Yeah, that is actually the first thing I noticed when I walked into the studio today. It is ice cold. Ice cold? Ice cold. Yeah. But that's good. I was trying to.
It is ice cold.
I was trying to sing "Hey Ya" a little bit too much there. Yeah, it's very, very cold. We're underground. We're in the SPO TV basement. Studio is actually underground, but it feels.
SPO TV basement.
It feels
where they keep their casters.
We're chained up here, guys. We can't get out.
We're in the basement. The green casters are on floor 2.
Yeah, they actually have a really nice little setup up there. One of these days, we're gonna switch sets and make them cast off these monitors. See how they like it then.
Monitors are fine. I just want to have a little plushie. The Baneling that he was playing with in the commercial.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have any more 10-minute breaks left tonight, so I can't run up there and steal their plushies.
Yeah, we've run out of time. Well, we got the CC first from Bunny, and Patience did come over and check that. Looks like he's only going to follow up with 2 racks, so maybe going to go into more heavy infantry upgrades. A couple of drops could come out as a follow-up. Whereas Patience still finishing that Cybercore. Not going to get to see what later tech he's making just yet. Being as annoying as possible with this probe. Getting in there, zapping everything that he possibly can.
I'm just going to let Brennan solo cast this game.
I might have to solo cast a little bit later on in the week.
Oh, really?
For a different game.
Oh,
but,
boy. Well, at least for this game, I want to say that maybe Bunny is a little bit of an underdog. I don't really know how to gauge that because he was able to take out his Protoss opponent in week 1. However, I think Patience is probably going to come out with maybe more standardized builds than SOS did. I would certainly hope so. You'll notice that there are 2 fewer robotics facilities being built across the map. So already a different looking series.
I do like this one. We got the Stargate just finished. First Oracle on the way for Patience.
All right, well, an Adept is out, and an Oracle will follow it. I'm waiting to either see one of these massive gateway explosions or, I don't know, a transition into what we saw in our final game of the night. It was, or final game of that last series. More of like a standard third base coming up eventually. Engineering Bay about to finish here for Bunny. So
that observer tried really hard to click it before it finished.
No,
I noticed.
I was about to say it, and the observer was like, "Whoa, he's gonna say it!" They couldn't just find it fast enough.
Nice scout here from Bunny. He's just gonna identify, confirm that this is the build from Patience with that third base. Already does have his own third orbital on the way. Is very prepared for this first Oracle. It's making his way across the map.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit annoying and delay that barracks from building, but the missile turrets are up in time, so there shouldn't really be a whole lot for this Oracle to really accomplish. That's really one of the things that you notice about, as hallmarks of pro play. Now, one thing that you will notice is there's not a Widow Mine out here killing this Oracle. I've seen that quite a bit today. I got a chance to see that hallmark in GSL. I think it was Ryung that did a great job just putting Widow Mines in the wackiest places to take out these Oracles. But this is going to be a little bit of an interesting, I guess I want to say, adjustment. We're going to see continual Oracle production and maybe even a 4th one on the way. A lot of times Protoss players stop at 3 if they do want to build more than just 1. But with both of these losing their shields, not getting a whole lot done.
And we'll see if number 3 can come out here and actually do some work.
Yeah. But there are plenty of Marines out. Stim and +1/+1 are on the way. No combat shields. We'll see that probably eventually. And here comes the third base for both players.
Yeah, very straightforward game so far, although he is going for Blink. Don't think we had any other upgrades come out. No Resonating Glaives, not that I saw. So it's going to start with the Blink. With the high number of Marines, it's not a bad idea to add some Stalkers in there. And still looking for some damage with these Oracles. I think he's got like 2 kills, perhaps, overall. Not the most damage.
I was trying to remember. Yeah, he poked in there, and he's going to get a few more here, but I don't know if you really just want to throw these away. In fact, if he had committed to that, he probably could have killed off that first little pack of Marines. Of course, there were more on the way. A lot of times you want to use something, a buffer for the Oracles, like throw the Adepts in first. And Adepts do pretty well against light units like Marines, especially pre-combat shields, which are about to finish. So if you combo them that way, then a lot of times the Oracles can stay alive a little bit longer and get that very highly potent damage off. But just Oracles by themselves, you'll need a few more of them before you can just run into a big group of Marines.
Cheeky little pylon over at the 4th base location. That could be good for warping in a bunch of Adepts or maybe even charge lots a little bit later on in the game. We've seen that before. Even a pylon up to the top right, too. This will be scouted by Bunny.
Yeah, as soon as it finishes, it will be scouted. If you warp in there, then maybe you can stop those 2 Marines from taking it out. But, I mean, chances are Bunny's army was going to be right there anyway. So, yeah, that pylon will get limited, but a bunch of Blink Stalkers being warped in. Here we go. It's going to be scouted. Force fields all the way across the ramp. Stand and fight, but a hot pickup gets Bunny's forces out alive.
Yeah, nicely done. Really fast on the pickup there. Didn't lose all that much. And should be just fine with the forces that he does have.
Depth shading in, not opting to complete their shade. I did it. My accomplishment for the day is done. No merit badge, but I'll take that as a consolation prize. Robotics Bay on the way.
I have to say that Bunny's base, he doesn't get a gold medal for cleanliness and good formatting.
No.
He's got stuff just right up next to each other, really all up in his personal space.
Yeah, packing it in there.
Has double starport, and he's making a lot of Liberators. So
nice tag there on the dropships. Hits every single one, so if Bunny wants to pick up and go anywhere, Patience will know what's coming his way. And currently, that's just the tiniest of bioforces out in the middle of the map. I'm not really sure what they can accomplish with that, but Patience will know about it. The little Marine that could.
He's doing it, man. He's trying to join the Protoss army.
This guy is like a sick, overzealous, overachiever in the Marine Corps here in spacecraft, and he gets this order. They select him especially, and he's like, oh boy, this is my day. And he goes in there for the. That's exactly what he sounds like. This Marine is not like particularly bright, and he gets these orders, and they're like, all right, we've got a dangerous mission. We want you to inject yourself with a stim pack and run way out into the map by yourself. It's like, all right, what do I do when I get there? All right, you'll know.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. What is it good for? That's about it. Well, here we go. A nice force field wall trying to protect the retreat here. Whole lot of sentries, not a lot else. Here comes the first disruptor. And
good split.
Perfectly split around, nothing to take it out now.
I like the aggressive Liberator play. Yeah. I don't think Patience was expecting this many Liberators, and he doesn't really have enough to deal with the ground force anyway.
Does not. He's forced to head back for the hills. More disruptor shots, a decent hit there, but it's just not good enough to cool down too long to make that disruptor worth it. And stimming forward, Bunny just going to crush through Patience.
Well, he made this look really easy. I think Patience just caught out on the map, and his AoE is non-consistent. It's disruptors. I mean, that was pretty nice, but he's running out of time fast.
I look at these Liberator siege unsieges, just absolutely beautiful. That multitasking, the control there. I mean, Patience is going to try to blink forward as that stasis ward still holds off a few of the units, but he's going to lose both of his disruptors, and with that, most likely the hope of containing this push.
Yep, GG.
Yep, there it is.
Just going to call it. Bunny takes game number 1. What a push. He's got the little Sue smirk on, too.
I mean, you gotta love it when you just catch your opponent's army a little bit too far out there. And especially when I saw Patience going for Blink Stalkers, I'm like, okay, well, that's when you have the most control. But then he combos the Blink Stalkers with the Disruptors and just doesn't have them out in time. If you had like 2 Disruptors even right when that push comes out, then all of a sudden you just can't chase into that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have something for all that Marine Marauder. You can't just not have consistent AoE. And Disruptors, we've seen the problem against Terran before. It's kind of in the exact same way that it happened this time. And Buddy, at the same time, his economy was booming right from the get-go. The CC first, the very early 3rd command center. So that's kind of what allowed him to make so many Liberators and just make so much stuff, too.
Wow, we are really getting right back into it. Our second game this series is coming up. Guys, if you want Bunny to win, then, I mean, you can think those thoughts to yourself, but that does nothing to influence the force of the universe. You gotta say it. Stand up, shout it out anywhere you want, whether
if you
it's
want Bunny
in
to
chat.
win, you gotta go out on Twitter and say #BunnyWin.
No one will know what you're talking about unless they're cool enough to watch the SSL. Flybetter flying onto the upper left-hand corner. Gets harder every time. It's our blue Terran player. It's Bunny.
You just have to try to force yourself not to say the wrong direction.
Yeah. His opponent in the yellow as Protoss is Patience, who got caught out a little bit too far on the map. So this time it's going to be Odyssey. See how epic this game is going to be. Every once in a while I think about mixing in like a sick Iliad joke, and I realize all 3 of the people watching who have read that would get it, and they would have a little chuckle. Unfortunately, none of them have Twitch accounts, so they wouldn't be able to comment at all. Ugh. Struggle.
The people that would read the Iliad, I think, would probably be lurkers. They're more used to reading rather than writing, so
I can see your thought process there. I mean, the Odyssey is the infinitely better of the twin books there, so I don't think you're probably not missing out on too much. But Odyssey as a map is pretty good. I think it's become fastly one of the Fastly. There's my literacy going out the window right there. Has quickly become one of the most common maps in pro play. I see it when I watch online tournaments. Certainly when I watch offline tournaments. It's I think the 2nd most picked map currently in GSL. And I don't know about SSL, but I would imagine it's pretty up there along with Ascension Ire. But yeah, you're going to get to see a lot of it. So what's the potential right now? Well, you can obviously go for these early expands. Both players getting their expansions up and underway. Scouting SCV from Bunny, so really just wanting to get in there and see if there is an expansion. We'll scout that out. Should probably feel a little bit better about seeing that there's no shenanigans afoot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the Gateway Nexus core, so it is going to be a bit of a safer build from Patience. It allows him to get this Stargate out pretty fast as well, a lot faster than the other build. So maybe trying to punish Bunny's builds here, but he has gone for the racks first this time.
Ooh, Reaper, will it survive? Yes, just barely. I was worried there for a second about this.
He even put down a grenade at the Nexus.
Just in case that grenade could, I don't know, bounce the mothership core and kill it. I don't think that's possible.
What a play.
Doing the utmost.
Yeah.
Try hard, Reaper.
Maxing out.
Well, he has to fill out that Reaper paperwork when he gets back home. It's like, how much damage did you do? And I mean, putting 0 just doesn't look good for your supervisors. You gotta at least have some damage.
It's true.
done.
You gotta say, yes, I did test the grenade. Yeah, it seems pretty good, even though it's not.
I mean, he did get a probe kill as well, so 1 less probe. Mission accomplished. There you go.
Doesn't shade. Pretty confident to fight against 2 Marines. Definitely not enough just yet. He's going to poke in again. Ooh. He's going to kill a second SCV, I think.
Okay. I'm not sure that necessarily should have happened, but either way, the Adept should get taken out, and indeed it does. It's the reverse caster curse, where right as I say something, it happens. Feels good, man.
Well, first Oracle coming out here, and there's not enough Marines, actually, and the Widow Mine is not near a mineral line, so this could definitely get a lot of damage done. He is going to go straight for the SCVs, though, as 2 more Marines do come in. Widow Mine on the right side, you can see next to that Rax, but Patience just not confident enough to go in there. He's scared of the Widow Mine.
It scares me every time, Valdez. I think we're seeing a lot more creativity from Terran players about where they locate their mineral or their mineral wine, their widow mine. Widow mines and mineral lines. How does it work? I don't know. It was what was worse? I was casting a Brood War series. There's this Terran player named Mind. So
yeah,
when you place they call them spider mines there in your mineral line. It's mines.
Mines?
Yeah, because you're mining from the minerals.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So we're not going quite that far down the rabbit hole here, but
that's like there's a subreddit for that, right? Where it's like Bill Gates' gate.
There's that one with the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Where it's like one Xbox, and there's one Xbox box, and then there's one Xbox One box, and there's one Xbox Xbox, and there's one Xbox.
Yeah.
Or it's like one
something like that.
One Xbox Xbox box. It was pretty good. I don't know. It was sick. That's all we have to say about that one. Ooh, dangerously close to that Widow Mine.
I'm glad that you went through all of the potential possibilities.
How much boxes can an Xbox box if an Xbox could box boxes?
It's true.
Inquiring minds may never know.
Well, if you inquire about this build, it is going to be just Phoenix Adept.
Yeah.
Seems pretty straight up here from Patience. Whereas Bunny, he's got a bit of a push coming across the map with double tank in the medevac.
Going to pick off a mine early on. No stim to try to catch that off or save it. In the end, the big gateway explosion here for Patience, trying to figure out how many gateways to the center of a Terran army.
Those on Phoenix 7. Are out in the middle of the map.
That is a scary place to be as a Phoenix. These are not Phoenixes that rise from the ashes afterwards. No, they just die.
Oh, that sentry ball. Okay, going to be stimming on in here. All those probes, too. 10 of them going down, and the Nexus as well. It doesn't look like Patience was expecting this two-base push.
Well, I think the expectation is that you find a way to flank or deal with it, and as is now, he's going to come in from behind and lift up these tanks, try to take them out, but turns out Phoenix are just not that good at killing tanks, even if you have quite a few to bring to bear. Yeah, he did, in fact, get it, Valdez.
I get it.
Indeed you do. But Patience does not get it. No, he does not have third base. He does not collect $200. He does not pass go. Instead, he kind of dies here. Losing a third base really devastating at this point. I feel like if he put like a Marauder forward, had it under a medevac, then he could definitely push through that overcharge.
Looks like Patience is trying to do some counterattack damage here. Trying to come in and lift up what he can find. Does take out a Liberator. And there's something over at the third base location of Bunny, too. Might just be one Adept. Saw that walking across a little bit later. What happened to the probes at the Natural?
What killed those? I'm guessing...
It must be that tank there. He set up kind of a...
too close to it? Okay. Yeah, well, 3 more probes, guys. Not sure exactly how or why, but here comes a big Adept shade right on top of the tank. It will be able to two-shot it, take it out. It's a bunker. Okay. I guess I didn't see that one complete. Bunker and a turret, but both of those will be taken out relatively easily. So, I mean, Patience really not feeling the pressure just yet.
Well, he did lose an incredible amount of mining time, so he finally just now got control of his base. So he's going to try to take another third base here, but you can see that Bunny is still on just 3 bases, or rather two bases. Did start that third command center, but definitely does have another strong push coming across the map. Keeping some stuff back at home. Seems like he might be worried about a counterattack.
Yeah, for Patience, you mentioned he did lose quite a few probes when he lost his third base. He's going to take a third base in a different location, but really just remaining calm under pressure, living up to his name, having that patience to take the loss at the third and look for a way to rebuild it in a different position he'll be a little bit more prepared for.
I think I see what Bunny's doing here. He doesn't want any of his forces, his reinforcements, to get cut off by the Phoenixes, so he's just grouping up about 2 drops at a time, and then he just joins with the bulk of his army and just doesn't want to take any damage in the middle of the map. He's going to go for this drop. Does have control of the watchtower on the left side, and there's not much in the main just yet. So drop could definitely get a nice bit of damage.
Now, this is really interesting. There's only, I think, 3 oracles with that army, or is there only 2? Yeah, I think he lost the 3rd one earlier, but this is starting to get up to a critically annoying level of Phoenixes. Not quite that level of Phoenix that runs over your M&M army and picks up every Marine, but still, ones that are very, very annoying, and that's exactly what they're trying to be. In the meantime, here comes this drop. There's at least 1 Widow Mine with it. That will burrow, and we'll see how many probes go down. Already, every single probe in the main taken out.
This is a really nice bit of damage for Bunny. He is definitely outplaying Patience in this series, I have to say. Coming on in now into the main, though, is Patience. He does need a Widowmine shot, but still not enough to deal with that huge force of Phoenixes flying through the sky.
Wow, yeah, a couple of Liberators get liberated there, taken out by those Phoenixes, and really pulling the entire army of Bunny back to defend.
3 bases to 3 bases right now, but Patience doesn't have control of his main anymore, and he's only on 42 probes, so definitely feeling the pain. And this is the big follow-up attack. I think this is Bunny saying, okay, I've done a lot of economic damage, I need to follow up. And I love what he's doing, just bringing like 1 or 2 SCVs with the army and trying to build structures, because, I mean, why not? If you're going to have a fight, if you're going to force a fight, might as well try to get some turrets to deal with all those Phoenixes. There's already 12 in the sky.
Yeah, I think at some point it does become about securing yourself against what you know could be coming your way. You try to push out, the Phoenixes, well, they're going to dart back in there. Just put up some extra turrets and try to defend against what you know is going to be coming. However, this is going to be the push for Bunny, and I feel like last time he did this, it was closer to his base, and he chased Patience all the way back. This time is in a little bit of a different story. Force field wall in Patience's favor, but one shot does go off. Push is still intact for Bunny.
Yeah, look at all those Widow Mines in the back. If he can get those burrowed in a nice spot, there's really no way for Patience to shade on top of this army and just do the Phoenix Adept thing. He's eating a lot of shots before this fight really even gets going.
Really great lifts, and also that overcharge, thinning out the Marine numbers. And as great as Marauders are against a heavy Stalker force, they don't function quite as well against these Adepts, and especially not against Phoenixes. It'll just either lift them up or just can't be shot in the first place. So getting forward, there's the big blink, trying to take out these Liberators. Phoenixes coming in, trying to lift up the Marauders for the most part, keep them from being able to take out the Stalkers on the ground. But look at it, stimming, Stutter stepping forward, stuttering as well, and GG is called. Bunny 2-0ing Patience.
This guy's looking better and better every time I see him. I mean,
all right.
Patience had a good game the last time he came here last week, but really having trouble today. It looks like maybe he's a little bit sick. I mean, he's coughing. He didn't look quite as solid as his other play, so definitely not the Patience I was looking forward to. But Bunny having a really good series. Definitely deserves that win.
Looking really good, bouncing back. You know, we kind of lost TY, maybe the ghost of TY coming in there. You saw, I think it was Bjorn in the background. We're gonna head to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have our final series of the night, so don't go anywhere.
Swing tonight, have the time of my life. Get